Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're planning to vote in the upcoming MSUTA election, you have come to the right place. We are going to walk through everything step by step to make sure your experience on November 9th is super smooth and, most importantly, that your vote actually counts. Okay, let's just dive right in with the absolute must-know info. The event, of course, is the MSUTA executive election. The date you got to circle on your calendar is November 9th. And remember, voting is open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The place to be? DAV College in Muzaffarnagar. So to make this whole thing really easy to follow, we've broken it down into 6 simple stages. We're going to start with a quick intro, get you all prepped, then walk you through what to do at the polling station. We'll even cover exactly how to cast your vote correctly, what happens after you're done, and finally, how we can all chip in to make sure it's a fair election. All right, let's get started with Section 1. Think of this as laying the groundwork, covering the absolute essentials for Election Day. So, the official window to vote is from 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. That gives you a nice, solid 6-hour block. But here's a cool little detail. To ensure total transparency, the ballot boxes are actually sealed at 7:30 a.m., a full half hour before anyone even votes, and it's all done right there in front of everybody. Moving on to Section 2, your pre-vote checklist. Seriously, a little bit of prep now is going to save you a whole lot of headache on Election Day. And the good news is you really only need 2 things. First, and this is the big one, a valid photo ID. It is absolutely non-negotiable. And second, just a little slip of paper with your name, your voter number, and your college name written on it. Having that ready will make everything go so much faster. So you might be asking, what counts as a valid photo ID? Well, you've got options. Your college ID, your university ID, a driver's license. Basically, any government-issued photo identification is going to work just fine. So let me just say it one more time, because this is the most important rule of all. If you do not have a valid photo ID, you will not be allowed to vote. It's an absolute must, no exceptions. Okay, so you're all prepared, you've got your ID, and you've just arrived. Let's talk about Section 3, what to do once you're actually at the polling station. This is going to make your life so much easier. Just take a look at that little slip of paper with your voter number on it. If your number is anywhere from 1 to 132, you're headed to room 15. If it's between 133 and 235, you're going to room 14. And for everyone else, 236 through 377, you'll find your booth in room 16. See? Simple. And here's another really important rule to remember for when you're about to go inside the actual voting room: no mobile phones. They are strictly prohibited. So make sure your phone is tucked away safely before you step inside. All right, we've made it to what is probably the most critical part of this whole guide, Section 4, how to cast your vote the right way. This is where paying attention to the details really matters. Don't worry, the process itself is super simple. First, you'll be handed 2 ballot papers, each a different color. Second, you'll go into the private voting compartment. Third, and listen closely to this one, you must use only the marker that the election officer gives you. And finally, just make a clear tick mark right next to the name of the candidate you're voting for. And this right here, this is the one mistake that can get your vote thrown out, so let's be crystal clear. You have to use their marker to make a simple tick. If you use your own pen, or you draw a star, or any other symbol, unfortunately your ballot will be considered invalid, and it just won't be counted. Okay, so how many candidates should you be voting for? Let's break it down. For president, general secretary, and treasurer, these are single winner races. That means you pick only one candidate for each of these 3 posts. Just one. Next up, we have the Fupakopta representative. Now for this one, there are 2 seats available, so you can vote for up to 2 candidates. You can vote for 1 if you want, or you can vote for 2, but absolutely no more than 2. For the vice president positions, there are 3 open seats. So what does that mean? It means you can vote for 1, 2, or a maximum of 3 candidates. And yup, it's the exact same rule for joint secretary. There are 3 posts up for grabs, so you can select up to 3 candidates. Just remember, that magic number is 3. Picking any more than that for either vice president or joint secretary will spoil that part of your ballot. And just like that, once your ballot is in the box, your job is done. But what happens next? Well, that brings us right into Section 5, the whole process after the voting stops, from the sealed ballot box all the way to the final results. So here's how the rest of the day is going to play out. At 2 p.m. sharp, all voting officially ends. Then, just 1 hour later, at 3 p.m., the official vote counting gets underway. And then, later that evening, once every single vote has been tallied, we'll get the final results. And that brings us to our final section, and it's a really important one. It's a call for cooperation for everyone to help make this a fair and dignified election. And this isn't just a suggestion. This is a direct message from the Chief Election Officer, Dr. Ishpal Singh. He's asking all candidates and all voters to work together to make sure the election happens in a peaceful, fair, and dignified way. This is really a responsibility for all of us. So there you have it, the complete playbook. You know what you need to bring, you know where you need to go, and you know exactly how to make sure your vote is counted. You are totally ready for this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the polls.